Starting with my first project, I will be using 2 of these circle decor signs that I got from the Dollar Tree and this dowel that I already had. But Dollar Tree carries toilet plungers that you can use the wooden dowel for this. I'm going to start by removing the beads, and then I'm going to paint the dowel using some white chalk paint. To make it the color of the circles, I'm going to use a wet napkin and remove some of the paint. Next, I'm going to just paint the sides of the decor signs. To glue this together, I will be using the Dollar Tree wood glue and some hot glue. To make this more sturdy, you can add screw to this. I decided not to. Instead, I will be gluing some jute twine around the top and the bottom part. So I decided to do this last minute. I had this little piece of dowel left over, and I decided to put it at the top part of my tier tray, just like the tier trays that you see. I'm going to paint it white, and then I'm going to add this ring that I had. Dollar Tree does carry rings that you can use. They are found in the school section. To add the ring, I will be drilling a hole. And that is it for this decorative tray. Look how beautiful this turned out. The following projects I will be doing are for the tier tray. Starting with this little house that I found at the Dollar Tree, I'm going to paint the sides using the Waverly Antique Wax. And I will be using this beautiful scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to trace the house, cut it, and then glue this using the Elmer's glue stick. To decorate this some more, I will be using the beads that I removed from my first project. I will be using 2 beads and add it to a piece of jute twine, then wrap this around the house and finish it off with a bow. And that is it for this beautiful little winter house. For my next project, I will be using this wood hanging decor sign that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint the sides using the Waverly Antique Wax. Then I'm going to paint a thick stripe in the center using some white chalk paint. Using the same scrapbooking paper, I will be tracing the circle, then cut it. The part where I didn't paint is where I am going to add the scrapbooking paper. So I'm going to cut this, and after I'm done cutting this, I'm going to glue the pieces using my Elmer's glue stick. And this is how it looks. Now you can add anything you like. I had these rub-on transfer stickers that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I felt like these went perfect here. So this one that says Family's Everything goes perfect there. And I'm going to just simply transfer it. Once I am done doing that, I added some jute twine to the top and to the bottom part where the scrapbooking paper and the paint meet. That is just so I can cover the imperfections of my cutting, but I think this still made it look nice. And that is it for this little decor sandwich. It turned out beautiful and it looks so gorgeous on the tier tray. For my next project, I will be using this Dollar Tree wood plaque. I will be painting the sides using some white chalk paint. Once I am done doing that, I will paint the top part, but before this dries, I will be using a wet napkin to remove some paint so it looks more of a whitewash. The rub-on transfer sheet had this Happiness is Homemade, which I feel like this went perfect for this. It is a perfect color and size. And look how beautiful this looks. The next thing I will be doing is adding some jute twine and a bow. Then I decided that I wanted to add blue to this because I wanted this to match the rest of my DIYs. So I added some painter's tape to make a stripe. I made a thin stripe. I then added a thicker stripe. I also used whatever was on the paintbrush and distressed a little bit of the edges of this little decor sign. And to make this color, I did use the Waverly Antique Wax in the color Peacock, some navy blue, and a little bit of black. And this almost looks like the color of the scrapbooking paper. And this is the blue I used for the cutting board. Now I'm using it on this Snowflake that I got from the Dollar Tree. Once it's dry, I'm going to add it to my little decor plaque. And that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using this Dollar Tree snow globe. I'm going to take the lid off. Then I will be adding some Mod Podge in the inside using a paintbrush. I don't remember where I got the snow from. It was either from Dollar Tree or Walmart, but I'm going to add some inside the snow globe. While that dries, I'm going to work what I'm going to add in the inside, and it's going to be these little Christmas trees that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the smaller one. As you can see, the smaller one has yellow inside. It is glue, so to cover that up, I decided to paint the tree blue, or at least like kind of paint it to cover that up. This tree is too big to go inside the snow globe, so I do end up cutting a little bit off from the bottom. I then glued it back on the little stand to glue it to the lid. And I also added some hot glue on the lid so I can add some snow. Once I was done adding the lid on the snow globe, I then added some jute twine to decorate this some more. I made a bow, added to the front, and I added a snowflake that I painted using the same color. My next project is going to be so quick and simple. From Dollar Tree, I grabbed this bead and it has this rainbow clouds at the end. I am going to switch that to a snowflake. The snowflake I'm using, I got it from a hanging little pack that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint the snowflake using that beautiful blue I made. And once it's dry, I'm going to just add it to the end of the beads. And that is it. This was so easy and simple to do. For my next project, I will be using this Dollar Tree craft bottle that I already had. I painted it white, added some jute twine at the top with the bow, and using the same scrapbooking paper, I'm going to add it to the bottle to match the rest of my DIYs. And that is it for the greenery. I added some of this that I got from Walmart, which is actually white. I think they're like branches. I'm not sure what kind of floral this is, but that is it for this project. From Dollar Tree, I will be using this photo frame. Now, this is new to me, and I think it's new to Dollar Tree as well. So I'm going to remove the beads. The next step is optional. I did want my background to be darker, so I added some Waverly Antique Wax. The background is already pretty as is, so you can't leave it like this. I will be adding lettuce snow to this. The smaller little letters are from Walmart. I didn't have an L, so I did cut the F to make the L. For the word snow, I'm using the Dollar Tree wood letters. And for the O, I will be using a Dollar Tree snowflake. I'm going to paint them white using the Waverly chalk paint. Once they are dry, I'm going to add them to my sign. Now, I did add these more towards the top because I will be adding some greenery underneath Let It Snow. The greenery I will be using is from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree carries some pine picks that you can use instead. To finish this off, I will be making a burlap bow using this ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to add it in between the pine picks. And that is it for this beautiful Let Us Know sign. For this project, I will be using another of these Dollar Tree frames, and I'm going to repeat the same thing. Remove the beads, paint it using the Waverly Antique Wax. Then instead of adding words, I will be adding this snowflake that I got from Dollar General. And the beads, I'm using these that I already had, which are painted white already. I got these from Dollar Tree. You can't paint the ones that came with this frame instead if you don't have any of these white ones, but that's the only reason I used the white beads is because I already had them white and I didn't have to paint them. The next thing I will be doing is adding the snowflake in between the beads. I did add a total of 14 beads. I glued the snowflake so it didn't move around. I then glued the end of the jute twine to the corners. To finish this off, I will be making a little bow using this burlap ribbon that I got from Michael's and add it in the center of the beads. And that is it for this snowflake winter sign. For my next project, I will be using this Dollar Tree frame. I'm going to remove the back and the image this has. The scrapbooking paper I'm using is from Michael's. I'm going to cut it to size. Then I'm going to glue it using my Elmer's craft glue stick. When I'm finished, I'm going to put the back on the frame and then I'm going to just set it to the side. Now, what I'm going to add on the frame is this Dollar Tree snowflake, which it's like a clear snowflake. So I am going to add a little bit of white just so it can stand out more. I'm going to glue the snowflake on the frame. Even though it is a little bit bigger, I am not cutting the little extra pieces off. I'm going to just leave them like that. To finish this off, I will be adding some pine picks in the center with a bow And that is it for this beautiful snowflake decor. For my next project, I'm going to use this frame. Now I got this during the fall. Going to remove the back and just replace the paper using this scrapbooking paper that I got from, I think, Michael's. I did not have enough of this scrapbooking paper to cover the entire thing, so I'm only using one piece and I'm going to add it to one side. Now to the other side, I am going to be covering using a piece of back. I forgot to what this is, but I did paint it white. I'm going to add it there and add the word winter using some stickers. I did have to cut this to size. To finish this off, I will be using some of the stars and I'm going to make them like hang. I was going to use the jute twine, but instead I use some pieces of yarn. So I'm going to just place them here and there, add some stars at the end, and that is it for this cute winter DIY. For my next project, I'm going to just decorate this candle using this fur that I got from the Dollar General, adding some burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and that is it. I finished it off using some greenery and a bow. Look how cute this turned out. I will be using 2 of these Dollar Tree shelves. Now, I did lose the footage to most of this, but I am going to tell you what I did. I grabbed both of these shelves and glued them together using a combination of wood glue and hot glue. I then use one of the strings or the rope that came with these, and I thread them one on each side, and that is basically it. The last thing I did was add little hangers to this, which I ended up not liking it, so I removed them. But that is it for this quick and easy decorative tray. For my next project, I will be using this Dollar Tree snow globe, which I'm going to remove the string and the front part of this. I thought I was going to use the front, but I ended up using the back instead. To paint the snow globe, I will be using this folk art paint in the color Fresh Earth, and I got this from Hobby Lobby. Now I'm only painting the bottom, and I'm going to paint like an inch or maybe an inch and a half around the globe. Gave this 2 coats of the paint. Now for the center of the globe, I will be using some white chalk paint. And this is how it looks now. So it doesn't look so flat, I'm going to use a piece of scent and scent out all the edges and inside the globe. Then using a wet napkin, or actually more like a damp napkin, I'm going to remove all the little dust or sand or the paint off. And I actually like how this made it look. And because I didn't make this even, I will be adding this nautical Dollar Tree rope around the globe, and this is going to hide all my imperfections. I didn't go around the whole globe because this is the only piece I had left over, but to hide that part at the bottom, I will be using some of these Dollar Tree pine picks. Going to add one on each side. I will be adding a bow in the center, but first I'm going to add family blessings. I did use my Cricut to cut this, but I'm showing you here that you can use one of these Dollar Tree family wood signs. To make the bow, I will be using this Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, and this is how easy I made the bow. Last thing I will be doing is adding this little clip at the top, and then I'm going to add a picture of me and my family, or my family and I, and that is it. Look how cute and beautiful this snow globe turned out. For my next project, I will be using 2 packs of these dangling snowflakes and this wood slat. I'm going to start by taking these snowflakes apart. Now Dollar Tree already carries the packs where the snowflakes come already loose, so you can use that pack instead. Now I'm going to start by painting the wood slat using the same fresh earth color I used earlier, and I'm going to paint the snowflakes using some white chalk paint. There is a total of 8 snowflakes, 4 come in each pack. Now I'm going to only use 6 snowflakes for this project, and I'm going to start by gluing these together. I'm going to make a row of 3 snowflakes, and then on top of that I will be gluing 2. And on top of these 2, I will be gluing the last one, which I am making a tree, as you can see. I forgot to mention that I'm also using 3 Jenga blocks that I painted the same color as the wood slat, and I will be using the Jenga blocks so the snowflake can stand up. To decorate this, I will be using these Dollar Tree pine picks. Now this is also going to give it some support because the pine picks are going to be glued to the snowflake and to the Jenga blocks and the wood slat. To finish this off, I will be adding a bow, and I use the Dollar Tree burlap. And that is it for this beautiful snowflake tree. For my next project, I will be using the 2 leftover snowflakes and this window decor that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint the snowflakes white, and using whatever was left over from the fresh earth paint on the paintbrush, I'm going to slightly paint the window. And this is how the window looks after it's dry. Now the next thing I will be doing is gluing the snowflakes. I'm going to start with gluing one of them first, and as you can see, I am going to glue him on the back of the window facing forward. The second snowflake, I will be cutting it, and this is going to make the window look like it has more snowflakes because I'm going to add them like on the sides. To decorate this some more, I will be adding this small little wreath that I got last year from Target from the dollar spot. 3 came in a pack. Now I am going to just glue this together so it looks fuller and add it to the window. Then I'm going to add a small little bow. To finish it off, I will be adding beads to the hanger that came with this, and then add the hanger. And that is it, guys. Look how beautiful this turned out. that is it for these quick and easy winter DIYs. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye. And now these are stapled, so it is kind of hard to remove the string. I do recommend you using some nose pliers to remove it. And look how beautiful the details on this wood is. So I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to leave it this color. And that is it, guys. I'm going to use this as a decorative tray. So now you can use this all year round by just switching whatever you're using on top of it. Moving on to my next project, I will be making a set of sconces. Now I'm using these oval wood slices and 2 of these Dollar Tree crafts little bottles. For this project, I will be making a set of sconces. Now I'm using the oval wood slices. I'm going to start by removing the string. Even though these are already beautiful as is, I decided to paint mine using the Waverly Antique Wax. Once these are dry, I'm going to flip them around, and using the same string, I'm going to make small little hangers. Now, since the bottles I'm using are not heavy, I am going to just use hot glue, but I do recommend you using a heavier duty glue if you're planning to add something heavy to these, like glass bottles. I'm going to paint the craft bottles with white, and I am going to distress them. Once they are dry, I'm going to add some string to the top, and with the same string I will be making a bow. Once again, since I'm not using anything heavy, I'm going to glue the bottles to the wood pieces using hot glue. And that is it, guys. Now the last thing I will be doing is adding some of these Christmas picks that I got from Walmart. Dollar Tree does carry picks that you can use instead. And that is it. Look how beautiful these turned out. Moving on to my next project, I will be using 2 of the wood slices, and I'm using this welcome metal sign that I removed from a windmill that I got from the Dollar Tree, and this home wood sign. Now these come from Dollar Tree as well, to come in a pack. I'm only using 1 of them. I'm going to start by removing the string from both of the wood slices. Now I decided not to glue the metal welcome sign. Instead, I decided to just trace the words in the inside. Once I was done with that, I used a tiny brush with some Waverly Antique Wax, and I went over the letters. For this, you can also use the Dollar Tree stickers. I was going to use my Cricut, but I was like, you know what? I want this to look more rustic, so I decided to just do it like this. Now for the home sign, I used this one that I already had, which was already painted, but I did show you that you can use the ones from Dollar Tree. Now before I add the home sign, I'm going to flip them around and use some popsicle sticks so I can attach them together. Now I'm going to glue the home sign. The last thing I did is I added a hanger, and I used the same string that came with it, but I just made it smaller. Now you could have left the one that came with this, but I felt like it was too big, so I made it smaller. And instead of stapling it, I just used hot glue and pieces of popsicle sticks. But that is it, guys. Look how beautiful this welcome sign turned out. For my next project, I'm using one of the rectangle wood slices, these Dollar Tree ornaments, which I'm only using one of them. And these letters that I got from Michael's, they were on clearance for 49 cents the pack, and each pack has 2 letters. This next step, you can actually skip it and leave the string as is. Now I removed it and made it smaller, which I will be actually cutting this in half and then just adding like a double string hanger. So now I'm going to add the snowflake in the center. Then I'm going to add the J and the Y to make the word joy. These words already come white, so I decided to leave them white, but you can paint them if you like. You can also use the Dollar Tree wood letters instead. And that is it for this beautiful joy sign. Now I went an extra step and added one of the wood snowflakes from this Dollar Tree pack. But that is it, guys. Look how beautiful this turned out. And that is it for this recollection of my 2022 winter DIYs. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one's your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.